Hi, I'm Carrie,
And I'm Dee Dee.
and this is the Carrie and Dee Dee Show. And let me tell you something. We ain't got nothing to talk about. but I must say that we tried to watch The Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it all, so I just heard that Nene quit.
I would really like to know why she quit.
She quit, but I don't know why she quit, but I heard she quit. And who went home?
LaToya Jackson.
And I said last week there was when LaToya came back, the men was gonna try to get her out of there one way or
somebody
another.
had to go down and was gonna go be her.
Yeah,
but I think she felt vindicated this time. I like the way when she walked out, they had the bricks shine up. Yeah, I saw that part.
Oh, I missed it.
They had the bricks shine up like Michael Jackson's Billie Jean video.
Really?
She put on her shades.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she looked so 80s.
Well, she did come back, and then she went
and she
home.
did a good job. She didn't, suck at her job. It was just when it came down to it. I mean, the men chose her to go home, which is cool. You know, she was able to prove herself. But Star is still there. Makes me scared.
Star gonna win that shit.
Yeah.
Star gonna win it.
But you know what? She sucks as a person good enough to, you know how that win can make some people do better? Mm-hmm. She sucks so much as a person, from what I gather. I don't know her.
She is who she is. Then.
Yeah, and I think she'll any opportunities that she get she'll suck the life out of them. I don't know. She had a HLN show. You remember that?
Not really.
Well, I don't remember the show, but
yeah. I don't think nobody really remembered the show.
Yeah, I was driving from the pizza place because today's Mother's Day and
happy birthday! Happy Mother's Day. Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
And I was listening to the radio.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Go ahead.
I was listening to the radio, and there was a teacher who found his third eye, and it told him to strip naked and walk through the school. I think this guy's in Maryland. And he took off all his clothes and he walked through the school butt naked. And he wanted other people to follow suit and do the same thing.
Where he found his third eye at?
I guess it was his penis hole because...
No, I'm just saying, like, where do you find your third eye? What does that mean?
But it comes to find out that he's schizophrenic, so you know.
So who did he tell somebody he found his third eye? And
yeah, that's what he told the police when they hauled his ass off.
So what did he say? He found his third eye and what?
And it told him to strip naked
and walk through the school.
And tell others to follow suit. You know.
So everybody else was supposed to take their clothes off and walk. Do it.
Yeah, so man could be in his primal phase, his primal stage.
Mm. Yeah. So I gather they called the police on him.
Yeah.
And they arrested him and put him back in the crazy house.
Oh. I don't know about the crazy house, but he because he's schizophrenic, I guess he gets a slight pass on that because
he go back to the lockup, the third floor.
I don't think so.
They don't put him in jail, right?
Put him in
or
jail
in the psychiatric ward.
Yeah.
Bailed out? Where you gonna go?
It's only a misdemeanor to be naked.
Right, but if he's crazy, was he crazy to where he had to be locked up?
I think he's crazy enough to get put in jail, and then they give him his medications again, and it calms that schizophrenia.
And he needs to be
supervised. You remember
supervised.
that movie with Jamie Foxx, where like the voices they be telling me
that ain't funny. Cause we had that little short video where you said and for all y'all who don't know, we have this little short video where he said something about schizophrenia, and he was talking to me.
No,
yes, you were. That's why I laughed, but it ain't funny because you was calling me schizophrenic.
I never.
And you call me schizophrenic quite often, and I don't think it's fair.
It's my
but
little love.
But we just want to say that's not funny. You know, people who have that disorder or whatever that is kind of scary. Like, you know, these people can't help it. But this man, he went to jail, and I guess he went home, and he had to be supervised.
Well, get his medications back.
He still worked for the place?
No, he can't work with kids anymore. He's stripped naked.
But I mean, wait a minute. They didn't know that this man had this problem?
No, once it's
or
controlled,
is he lying saying that he was schizophrenic?
No, they said he was schizophrenic.
But they didn't know he had that problem when he was working there with the kids?
No, they didn't know that.
See, that's the problem.
No, but if you got it under control, it's something that you don't have to mention. Well, it's just like having AIDS.
No,
like, unless I start bleeding on a bitch, I really don't have to say anything.
Yeah, but you do need to say something because that way people will be aware. When he was hired, he should have mentioned that he was under medication for schizophrenia. So if he missed his medication, they will be prepared for something like this, and they will help him get his medication. They didn't know that he was crazy. So
crazy, when he missed not crazy, but
that needs to be something that needs to be told and addressed so they'll know how to help him. So when he took off his clothes, he was, oh gosh, he missed his medication. Now let's get him, and help him. They didn't know.
I find the older I get, that life is the best thing in the world. Living and having seeing fun in everything, because even though that is a problem, there is some comical stuff to that.
To what?
I remember I used to work with a guy when I was doing the job I used to do, and he had been in the war, and every time helicopters would fly over us, he would get down and start screaming.
That's not funny.
He was shell-shocked.
That's not funny at all.
Yes,
because
it is, because
it's not.
Because we will be picking up the equipment and the helicopters come flying around, and he gets down.
But he thought them helicopters was coming to get him. Look, that ain't funny.
Look, let me tell you something. After that happens so many times, like first few times you feel like, oh, all right, man, hold on, come on, it's gonna be all right. After 5 or 10 times, because I worked with them about 5 or 6 months. It got funny. It got like real funny, and then he had to, he knew how to rib really well. Like he can, rib a person till they start crying, and the only thing that you could do is say,
that's why you shell-shocked, bitch.
Yeah.
That's not funny though, because you got a lot of these military people, who go to military and then they don't come back the same. So
he was in Vietnam, so I can understand, and he had been dealing with that. When he had the pills in him, he was good.
The pills got in him good enough. Oh, he was taking his medication.
Yeah, but when he didn't have his medication, like if we've been up 24 hours straight. Yeah. Helicopters or something slamming the ground, he just hitting the dirt.
I could just imagine, like, oh my gosh, I've never been in the military, but I can imagine having to go through that and experience all that, and then then get out, and then how that could mess with you mentally. Shit.
Yeah,
I can understand. I feel for him because I don't know if I could do it. What? No, I'm just saying, like, shit. That's some tough shit. It's like you never know. You go in there and you come back crazy and stuff. Well, not crazy. It's just like the whole trauma.
Yeah, it like, stayed with you.
Yes, and you don't. And if you was used to helicopters coming to get you, and when you got out of that environment, and when you would hear a helicopter, shit, you think they're coming for you too.
Yeah.
But
the good thing is I'm laughing because he used to laugh at it too. Like he's like, y'all better watch out because like a new guy would come on and he'd be like, look, man, watch out, bro, because sometimes I go clean off at certain sounds.
But at least he would warn people because you never know if
he's like, don't really drop nothing too hard around me because it trucks with me. And he's like, and today I didn't take, like one day he came, he's like, I did not take no pills today.
I be like, baby, you better wear your medicine at.
Look, bitch, you better go and get.
I'm telling you, shit, bring that medicine because we don't want no problems. Because you might not be paying attention to him and you might drop something. He be all over the place. Take your medicine.
I don't know that girl. She dropped something on it sounded like a pop sound, like pop. And next thing we know, he was on her, like she.
Oh, he could have hurt somebody.
On her, like you betcha. And it was so funny because I think Gilbert had to run.
And get him.
Yeah, he was like trying to intercept.
Because he probably could have killed that girl.
And like all of us wanted him like ants on a piece of something. It's like,
because he could have killed her.
Yeah, he's I know you gotta kill me. You gotta kill me, bitch.
See, I couldn't work with nobody like that. That shit got on my nerves.
But when she got up, because we all knew So she got up. She was like, Lord have mercy. I did not come here for this today.
Well, at least she knew.
I was feeling menstrual and not my period.
That made it happen. He stressed out.
Oh, Lord.
She shouldn't have dropped that shit. She knew she knew what his problem was. That's on her.
Oh, Lord. That was so fucking funny, though. I gotta go. And nothing happened to me today. I like women, the way y'all, your mannerism. Nothing happened to me today for me to get a full day's check and to go home early. Is this bitch here with this?
Would it take him a long time to calm down? Or?
Yeah. Like after he
Then he
do
just
his
go back
thing,
to work like nothing ever happened?
he would calm down, get him some water and stuff, and then
he'd
go back to work. But he was strong as a fucking horse.
I bet he was.
No, he was strong. Like, we picking up like them big 300-pound speaker boxes and shit, and he'd be like, "You ain't holding up your end?" I'm like, "No." Well, all right, just balance it for me while I pick it up. He was strong. He was a strong man. But he would tell you, all right, you ride with me today. I need to let you know I didn't take my medicine. Because every other day he wouldn't take his medicine. Because if he remembered to put his teeth in, he would forget to take the medicine.
He had too much shit to do. Yeah,
because he had, both. Yeah,
he had to remember how he lost his teeth in the military.
Yeah, because he said like one of the Koreans
blew up and stuff.
No, he was caught, and they hit him in his mouth repeatedly until all of his fronts were gone. And when he got home, all the rest of them had rotted out. So he was like, you might as well just pull the whole thing out. Mm-hmm. He had dentures on top and bottom, and he was if he forget to put his teeth in, he took his medicine. If you seen him with teeth in, you knew he didn't take medicine, so you knew that was gonna be a bad day. If he took the medicine, you wouldn't see him with his teeth in. It was weird, but you're looking at him and you know how to deal with him on that day. You approach, be like, all right, Chris, you good today? Yeah, I'm good. And if he had teeth in his head, he wasn't good. And he didn't have no family to, no daughter or nothing, to kind of son or daughter to come and bring the medicine to him. So it was what it was. Has anybody been watching the Braxton family affair thing?
We haven't, so I don't know.
I mean, I've been trying to check it out on the web because Tuesday, I can't be doing it on Tuesday. It's on the wrong day. People watch that shit on like Sunday. Why is it on Tuesday? Tuesday is like the heart of the week. People are watching The Voice on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And what? American Idol's on Tuesday, right?
Yep.
Who the fuck
got time on Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday. That's a heavy week, man. A heavy day in the week for people to be watching.
I do think it's on the wrong day.
Now I was trying to catch it on the web. I want to support, but I just really can't really get to it. I heard Tony has lupus now, so I would just feel bad for Tony. It's like, damn, you had a heart attack and lupus now.
She been had lupus.
Mm-hmm.
For a while now.
Damn, so much wrong with you. And then you keep having to file bankruptcy. The money ain't there. We all need to just go out and buy a Tony record.
What record?
Her last album.
Should be fine.
Because everybody who puts a coin in the slot, helps her out.
Child, you know how many people need help?
Yeah, but Tony
she don't need no help. You know how many other people have that? Yeah, that don't have no money at all?
But she does stuff for, like...
She alright.
Yeah.
But who try, you want to go out and get some donations for her?
Yeah, I should.
Where you going to get them from? You going to go around and ask people to donate? Yeah, and then they be saying, yeah, I'm going to donate. And it was like, then you be like, okay, well, if you're going to donate, donate. Don't lie. Because people be saying they're going to donate. And then they can't.
I remember the police used to have the thing where they call you up. And I feel so bad about that.
We donated.
Yeah, we donated, but that second year we didn't. It was a hard year. We just couldn't do it. And we call the police over here. We live in a good neighborhood. And let me tell you something. I had traveled all the way 35, 40 minutes from my job to get to the house and got there before the police. The police showed up 2 hours after my wife called them. I had to call them. And then when I called them, know what they said? Well, they drove around there and they didn't see anything. It's like they didn't knock on a door or ring a bell or nothing. They just drove around and they didn't see anything going down. So they just came back onto the station. It's wild. But anyway, we've ranted. We've talked about nothing for about 15 minutes. And we just wanted to come on.
Oh, you know what? The issue with Michael Jackson. Y'all heard about that? Michael Jackson with this, that damn man who killed him.
Oh, saying that Michael gave himself propofol.
Well, he want to get the all his rehearsals for the concert. He want to get all the rehearsal video to show that Michael Jackson was unhealthy. So he want to get the tapes and use them in court to show that Michael Jackson was unhealthy, and I guess that he was gonna die anyway. And when he left out of the room, Michael Jackson reached up and gave himself the propofol and killed him. So he's saying Michael Jackson killed himself, pretty much.
Okay, so for this bitch, this is what has to happen. First off, showing that he was unhealthy only makes you look like a jackass, because when you show that he's unhealthy and you was filling him up with pills after pills and propofol, you still killed him. You knew he was unhealthy and you still fed him drugs.
Was Michael Jackson coherent laying there, or was he asleep? We don't know. Was he conscious?
Well, propofol dripping in your system, you're asleep.
Wait, but so he had already given it to him?
Yeah, he had already given it.
So how he was going to wake up out of his sleep and try to give himself some more?
The man was in a staged coma. How you can't wake up and do that. And it's intravenous. He would have to have gotten up, went over to the drip,
trying to pull it out,
and tried to squeeze, make the dosage bigger.
I don't believe that.
And then lay down.
No, I think that's just.
They would have found him on the floor, not on the bed.
Right.
The dude is lying. They set Michael Jackson up.
That's just weird for him to say he tried he killed his own self because he tried to get up and give himself the medicine. That just don't make no sense.
Michael died. You were in the room with him, yet you walked out the room. So that means either it was a setup, which you were a part of, or you killed him yourself. And the world has changed, because when someone kills somebody in the old days, you go to jail until it was, you were in jail until proven guilty.
Not now. You're innocent until proven guilty. They haven't proven
this fool is out. He's still treating people. I can't believe that people still going to
the
fucking court. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Both his one of his offices is closed, but the one in Houston is still up. He is still treating people. He still has patience. So I'm like, how the fuck that works? But anyway,
I don't believe nothing he's saying.
But I'm glad. They said that they're also going to put up the autopsy pictures, a few of them, hiding his genitalia and everything, but showing all of the marks on his arms and in his chest and around his legs where they were injecting him with that shit. If you thought he was unhealthy and you're injecting him with shit, you should have been the one to ring the bell and say, hey, something is wrong with Michael Jackson.
You're contributing to this man that you know isn't healthy. So why would you even put yourself in that situation to further damage him?
Yeah.
You're just as guilty. I really don't think.
And then he was getting ready to do that for what, 4 or 5 months?
He was going to be. I really don't think that he should just get clean off. I think that Michael Jackson had a responsibility in this too, because it's your life and you know what you're telling these people to put in you. You know, he's gone, but you know he has some responsibility. But this doctor has to be blamed for part of it too. He shouldn't just get completely off and go. You know, it's just
propofol should not be an elective procedure.
He shouldn't have never been able, or whatever other doctors were involved too, because there was some more.
Yeah, there were other doctors other anesthesiologists that were
at your house just give me a. See, that was crazy to me. That case is just ridiculous. It's just too much involved. It's too crazy. None of that shouldn't have been. None of that shouldn't have ever happened. He shouldn't have been having. Before this, I gotta tell you, before this case, I never knew that you could have people give you anesthesia at your house. Well, I thought it was only administered in the hospital for like surgeries and stuff. I didn't know you could be having a drip at your house.
This is Michael Jackson. Okay?
Yeah, but see, that's ridiculous. See, when you have money and you have so-called power like that, you can do anything you want, but then you harming yourself. Michael Jackson, bless his soul and all of that. But he was had a lot to, he's to blame for a lot for his death. But at the same time, he's not completely to blame. Now, if he had those doctors scheduled to give him this stuff and they said, you know what, I can't do this. I don't want to be involved. I just won't do it.
Could that be considered a drug problem, though?
What? What Michael Jackson had?
Yeah, or anesthesia. Hell yeah. I mean, because anesthesia is not like he's,
He was. It's just so much involved.
Because it don't seem like drug.
It's a drug. Like it's a drug to
professional kind of shit. That's because it don't seem like he was hooked on heroin.
He was hooked on.
That's understandable.
And he wanted to sleep, I guess.
Because he seemed like he just wanted to go to sleep.
Michael Jackson was on some other shit, and none of us can really comprehend it because it just was more shit. Before this,
we live a big life.
Before this. Well, I had never heard of propofol and what's the other shit? All this different stuff and anesthesia medicine and I didn't know you could have drips and oxygen pumps in your house, in your room, and all this kind of stuff. Like he did it big. That's all I can say. He did it big, and it's just like it's
I'm not
sad.
A junkie. I'm a different type.
It's just sad. And it's just sad.
But it doesn't seem like he was a junkie as much as it just seems like it was big and
if he wasn't a junkie, what was all those needles all in his arms for? Like he was addicted to something. Pain medicine from when he was burned. But I can understand.
His hairstylist said that it didn't happen then. It happened when they were trying to regrow the hair.
Right, but so I'm just saying,
he had to go on tour.
There are a lot of people who get injured, have some type of injury, and they have to take pain medication, and they have to take a lot of it. So what happens is when they, taking these painkillers to numb the pain, they become addicted to the medicine. You find that all the time. A lot of people become drug addicts from that. I mean, just from taking medications for pain. Initially, it was just for pain, and the pain was so bad, and they had to keep taking it, and the doses had to be they have to get more because they become
more milligrams to it.
Yes, and so what happens is you become addicted to it. Now I've heard
I don't know about addicted, but you remember? Well, for my foot, I've been taking a medication, and after a year of taking it, I wanted something stronger
because it don't work.
Because it doesn't work as well.
Effective.
And my wife can tell you when I took that one thing, I had shortness of breath and everything. I think you get used to it. And I think he just got used to taking a few sleeping pills here and there, and it just got to the point where
more than sleeping pills.
Yeah.
So what he just
they said that he stayed on buzz all day too with the wine.
So he was just drinking, and it's just like.
But you got to remember, this man lived a life. He lived about 7 or 8 people's lives. I mean, he lived enough for 10 people.
All I know is this man here.
10 years old all the way to 50.
He's had a.
This man ain't had no sleep. and his wife even said that he couldn't sleep at night. Well, his ex-wife. He couldn't sleep. So, that anesthesia, he knew about it from the nose jobs and stuff. So, fuck, let me take this shit. But he should have really, really got a different doctor to do that. or something. I don't.
Or maybe he should have found a different way to sleep or get and not.
Yeah, because they found 15 pills in his stomach, undigested.
It just don't feel like he should be dead at this point.
So I'm like, if those 15 pills was undigested in his stomach and you didn't give that food, give that shit enough time to digest, those pills could have worked. You know what I mean? It could have worked. But he died, and shit. And this man's gonna get off. I don't think he's gonna get no time because right now it's manslaughter.
He shouldn't get off. He should do some time because he's partly responsible for this man's death.
I would say that he's totally responsible for it because as a doctor, you take a Hippocratic oath that you first will do no harm. And giving somebody anesthesia that's not going under a surgical procedure sounds like doing harm.
Yep.
I've had anesthesia twice. And that shit go up your arm cold. And when you wake up, you do be out of it like, damn, I had some good sleep. Well, not even sleep. More like I was rested, but I don't think I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, poor Mike, man. I wish it's like all these sites I watch, because my wife can tell you I watch a few sites here where they say he ain't dead and this was all planned. I really hope it was that.
I don't think so.
And he come out with an album and
I don't think so.
It goes back.
How many of y'all think he's still alive? Because I don't think so.
Yeah, anybody who thinks he's still alive.
I think he ain't alive. That man died, and that's that. They did the same thing with Elvis Presley. They always want the people to be alive. Oh, yeah, but he's not. He's gone. He's gone. That's it.
All right. Y'all have a good one. He might be alive.
He's not alive. Peace out, y'all.